Welcome to Tabo Eminent Channel. China's rapid infrastructure development over the past few decades has been awe-inspiring in scale and speed, contributing significantly to economic growth, urbanization, and global influence. However, this breakneck pace has also raised several concerns and dangers across various dimensions: economic, environmental, social, and geopolitical. Here's a detailed breakdown. Thanks for watching. Request you to subscribe the channel. 1. Safety and quality concerns. Poor construction standards. To meet tight deadlines and reduce costs, some projects have suffered from substandard materials or rushed construction. This has led to infrastructure failures, such as collapsed bridges and buildings. 2. Environmental damage. Massive land use and deforestation. Large-scale projects often displace natural habitats and destroy farmland. Water resource mismanagement. Dam projects, like the Three Gorges Dam, have disrupted ecosystems, caused landslides, and affected water quality. Pollution and carbon emissions. Cement and steel production for infrastructure contributes significantly to greenhouse gas emissions. China is the world's largest emitter of CO, partly due to such activities. 3. Financial risks and debt. Overbuilding. Ghost cities, entire towns with almost no residents, are the result of speculative urban development without demand. Local government debt. Many projects are financed by local governments using opaque financing vehicles, leading to a hidden debt crisis. Belt and Road Initiative (BRI), overseas infrastructure funded by Chinese loans, has caused debt traps in partner countries, and risks defaults and political backlash. 4. Social displacement and inequality. Forced relocations. Millions of people have been forcibly moved for development projects, often with minimal compensation or support. Urban-rural divide. Infrastructure has disproportionately favored wealthy coastal cities, widening inequality with interior and rural regions. 5. Corruption and mismanagement. Lack of transparency. Construction contracts and approvals often involve corrupt dealings, with officials and developers benefiting at the public's expense. Safety oversight failures. Corruption can result in a lack of regulatory enforcement, leading to disasters that could have been prevented. 6. Geopolitical backlash. Global pushback against the BRI. Countries in Africa, Asia, and Europe have accused China of debt trap diplomacy. Strategic vulnerabilities. Military tensions in the South China Sea and border areas highlight risks when infrastructure is used for dual, civilian and military, purposes. The price of speed. In just a few decades, China transformed itself from a largely rural society into a global infrastructure giant. Gleaming high-speed rail lines now cut across thousands of miles, and cities once considered remote are linked by bullet trains and 8-lane highways. Skyscrapers rise in weeks, and entire cities seem to spring from the ground overnight. But behind this remarkable pace lies a darker story, one of shortcuts, corruption, and risk. Take, for instance, the Wenzhou train crash in 2011, where two high-speed trains collided, killing 40 people and injuring nearly 200. The cause was later traced to faulty signaling equipment and a rushed rollout of the railway system. Instead of pausing to examine safety protocols, officials buried one of the train cars before a full investigation could take place, prompting public outrage and a loss of trust in the government's infrastructure boom. It was a haunting reminder that speed can cost lives. Ghost cities and empty dreams. In provinces like Inner Mongolia and Henan, visitors can find entire city blocks filled with brand new apartments, gleaming office towers, and wide boulevards, yet no people. These are China's infamous ghost cities, built not to house growing populations but to inflate local GDP and hit political targets. Local governments, eager to impress Beijing or attract investment, borrowed heavily to fund projects that had little real demand. Much of this infrastructure is financed through off-balance sheet vehicles and local government debt, which now amounts to trillions of dollars. Economists warn that a collapse in this bubble could send shockwaves through China's economy, and by extension, the world. What's more, maintenance costs for unused or underused infrastructure continue to pile up, with no return on investment in sight. Environmental collateral. The Three Gorges Dam, one of China's most ambitious megaprojects, was hailed as an engineering marvel when it opened. But as the water levels rose behind the dam, entire towns were submerged, ecosystems were disrupted, and over 1.3 million people were displaced. In the years since, concerns have grown over soil erosion, landslides, and changes to the Yangtze River's ecology. These effects are not isolated. Across the country, rapid dam and road construction has degraded natural landscapes and worsened climate-related disasters like flooding. China's infrastructure binge is also tied to its massive consumption of steel and cement, two of the most carbon-intensive industries. The very projects designed to modernize the country are also among the largest contributors to global climate change. Displacement and injustice. For many Chinese citizens, infrastructure expansion has come with personal loss. To build highways, rail lines, or urban renewal zones, millions have been forcibly evicted from their homes. Compensation is often inadequate, and protests are frequently suppressed. In rural regions, villagers watch as ancestral lands are bulldozed to make way for projects that serve faraway cities or industrial interests. This development model has widened the urban-rural divide, concentrating wealth and services in coastal megacities while leaving hinterland regions with fewer resources and struggling populations. It has also deepened social tensions between those who benefit from the building spree and those who are left behind, or pushed aside. Global ripple effects. China's infrastructure ambitions extend beyond its borders. Through the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, Beijing has financed roads, ports, and railways in over 100 countries. But some of these projects have left host nations saddled with unpayable debt. In Sri Lanka, for example, the inability to repay loans led to China taking control of the Hambantota port on a 99-year lease, a move critics called debt trap diplomacy. Conclusion. While China's rapid infrastructure expansion has modernized the country and fueled growth, it comes with serious dangers, including safety lapses, environmental degradation, economic instability, and social disruption. The challenge moving forward is ensuring that infrastructure development is sustainable, safe, equitable, and transparent, both domestically and in China's global projects.